We will get out on the golf course soon, won't we?
Yeah. So
a little less conversation,
a little more action, yeah. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Here We Golf. My name's Jay.
My name is Dan.
And yeah, we're back. Well,
episode 2.
He's back. I haven't been here yet. I've been away, but nice to meet you all.
On board, lad.
I know, yeah.
About time.
I know.
How's your week been? What have you been up
to? A week of not playing golf again due to the inclement weather we're facing in the UK at the moment.
Inclement. It's just been garbage for weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the week we decided to start going live and start recording videos, just absolutely
we can't play golf
down with snow, compounded by an absolute deluge of rain.
Deluge,
horrendous. But yeah, we will get out on the golf course soon, won't we?
Yeah. So
a little less conversation,
a little more action, yeah.
More of that to come, ladies and gents.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I think we just need to find out a bit about us, really, and we're going to go on to the professional game, the PGA Tour and LPGA Tour, and what's happened around the world in golf. So you've got the Asian Tour. There was a big event this week as well, and then DP World Tour, and then we'll go on to the fantasy game segment as well. We'll find out how we got on the fantasy team.
Yeah, we're going to pull the stats up now, actually,
and preview next week's events as well, and what players we're picking, and find how far way down
we are
the mini league we are, and who's at the top. Yeah, have you seen been watching Bryson?
Yeah.
You smashed any windows this week? You've been giving it a go now.
No, but have you seen some people on TikTok? Oh my god, trying to hit balls over their house, smashed through the window. What a legend! But I thought he'd get it. I did think he'd get it this week, but not yet.
Well, I watching last night. Last night's one came out, and he put like 3 balls within 6 inches of the hole. Convinced that if he'd have moved them out the way, he probably would have got at least 2 holes in one. It's quality in it. Like, you just know. My missus said to me, "Well, I'm nervous about Jay coming around to our house here because you're going to start hitting balls over our house."
Well, you never know. You see me out there later.
Yeah, if our next short might just be
smashing windows.
Yeah, but there was a lad who, forgive me, I don't know his name. Lad who works in a pro shop. It's a big, massive, like wooden pro shop, and he was hitting it over onto the, I don't know, it was the 18th green or the practice green, but he did it yesterday or the day before.
What got the all-in-one?
He'd only been doing it for about 6 days. Yeah,
Bryson, you've got competition there, mate.
He is smashing it on YouTube, Bryson, though, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's nice to see, though, isn't it? Like an actual
like a professional golfer,
decent professional one. Actually getting involved.
Can't see we're ever going to hit them levels on YouTube, but
you never know. Like and subscribe.
What are you wanting to get out of this, lad? Why are we on YouTube?
I think golf is taking off, and it has been for a few years. I think it's just nice to have a little chat about it, have a little hobby. Yeah,
that's the same for me. Like, I just find myself not having enough time to myself, and I spend all my spare time watching golf on YouTube. Not played golf a lot lately, and just thinking, like when we went to the Alfred Dunhill the other week, I was just like, why not? Let's do it.
It was unreal. Like, I don't know whether you spoke much about it.
Why are we sitting here watching golf on YouTube when we can give it a go, make a hobby out of it, enjoy ourselves, and see where it takes us?
Not just that, you gain a bit of a, interaction with people and stuff like that. So
that's it. You create new social circles, won't you? If we do get any sort of engagement from the YouTube community, the golf YouTube community, that would be nice as well, just to get stuck in. I'm looking forward to it anyway, to see where it takes us.
Yeah.
No delusions of grandeur here, just look for a bit of a laugh and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Alfred Dunhill week was quality, wasn't it?
Oh, it was the best. Like, anyone who was thinking about going, you should definitely do it. We used to go Wentworth, didn't we, a lot? The LPGA.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Like, we had a ball every time we went, didn't we?
Yeah.
But the Dunhill just just took it. We were literally on our own in the middle of Carnoustie, weren't we, for the first 2 days? There was no one there. There was a few dogs. I don't know, Gareth Bale's ball got robbed by a dog.
I saw that.
We weren't on that hole at the time, but then we thought, we got there a bit early, walked on the course, there's no one there, and we're just literally watching the best golfers in the world play golf in a field. It was amazing. We thought we couldn't get a drink, didn't we? And then we just stumbled on the Carnoustie hotel.
Yeah.
At the end, walked in. You can walk in and get yourself a beer.
Yeah, that's it. When you go to them big events like the likes of Wentworth, the clubhouse is off ground, and you got no chance. It's all just spectator village and stuff like that. And you just felt like a homely little event, but with all these like major stars playing golf.
It's amazing.
And it's free to get in as well.
Yeah. And then next door, so Carnoustie works is they've got a few clubs, haven't they? It's not just one club. The Carnoustie Hotel's there, but they've got another. I can't remember what it's called now. We met Margaret, didn't we, and Stuart? Yeah. 2 members. They sat with us because we were a bit busy, and they were members at the next club, and they even said to us, you can come and play for a bit cheaper, which was nice of them, wasn't it?
Nice was the. Hopefully we can get up there to Carnoustie next year if we manage to keep in touch with Margaret. But yeah, like just bumping into everyone we spoke to up there in Carnoustie were dead friendly. That's where we were based, and we stayed there for the first few nights. But
the magic happened on the weekend, didn't it?
The magic happened.
We went to St Andrews on the Saturday.
The home of golf.
The home of golf. Oh my God!
It's just like you see it on TV. The pictures on TV don't do it justice. There's like an aura to the place when you get there. You just kind of feel like you're in this like magical land. You're away to escape from everything.
Yeah. And then after the golf, we decide, can we go and have a pint in the Jigger, which is on the 17th, where they actually hit the ball over the St Andrews Hotel, and the Jigger's just in the ground. And we walked in, didn't we? Danny Willett just jumps over. We were like, what's going on here? Piers Morgan's in there, all the pros,
Jones,
all the celebrities.
Like the 19th hole, wasn't it, for all the players, and like some mega stars and
just billionaires in there. We were just sat there like, wow, what is going on?
But it's nice to be able to be in the same company as them. I think the Jigger does it well, where like it's a good environment. Like people aren't getting absolutely hammered for photos and not getting pestered and stuff.
Seems
just seeing them in their own sort of like habitat, personal thing, and like not being harassed, but then being in their company at the same time was pretty cool.
It was amazing. Do you know what? They were just having a laugh. They were just normal people. Rory was in there, just chatting to his dad. I come out the toilet and Jerry McElroy stood there and I went, "You played well today, didn't you?" He went, "No." I went, "Sorry, Jerry." But if you're watching Jerry.
Yeah, on the Saturday night, so Cyril Hatton's got the lead going into to Sunday, and he's there having a little
polishing off a pint
bar with Mr. Lowry.
Good lad. Yeah, that's what it's about. Golf, though. Golf, you can do that with golf. Like football's different, isn't it? Other sports are completely different.
Yeah, I've done it many a time where I've gone into me round the next day, absolutely steaming.
Well, we played Crail on the Monday morning, didn't we? After an eventful night in the Jigger on the Sunday night. Yeah. We played well, actually, to be fair. Considering. Yeah, I think we both shot like mid to high 80s and that was your first round in about 6 months. And hungover. And the greens were like lightning. I think we probably would have shot in the low 80s, high 70s, if we could putt on them. Just them putts. I mean, you could shave 5 shots up the round easy. I must have 3-putted about 7 times. I 4-putted. So hard to get the pace. Like they rolled so true, you knew if you were hitting your line, you're doing all right, but it's just getting the pace of them. They're just so quick. They actually reminded me of Shinnecock Hills, where I think Goosen won years ago. The greens were treacherous that day. What tournament was that? US Open. I remember that. Was that when like Mickelson stopped his ball and took a penalty? Was that tournament? It could have been. Yeah, I remember him doing that actually, but that's actually legal to do. Yeah, but he got completely frowned upon to do it, didn't he? But he got crucified for that. Well, fair play, it was smart. It was, because he probably would have gone down there, come back up, gone down again, come back up. So I mean, Crail wasn't that fast. Well, it wasn't that fast. That's an exaggeration. Perspective. But for me, these guys are. Yeah. For me, playing golf, like I've never played on greens like that before, ever. No, I'm not used to that. And we'd sunk a few Guinnesses the night before as well, didn't we? So yeah, a few Guinnesses, a wee dram.
We dram.
We had
baby Guinnesses.
a few baby. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was a Guinness field evening. It was fun though, like so much fun. We're going to go next year as well. Just been looking at hotels for it. But
we're going to try and stay in St Andrews this time, aren't we? Because Carnoustie, however nice it was just a bit out the way, wasn't it? Because the St Andrews is a bit of a drive, and then Kingsbarns is further on again, isn't it? So
we want to go there
more centrally. Yeah, we didn't get to Kingsbarns this time, did we?
No.
We'll try and get to Kingsbarns next time.
Kingsbarns just looked amazing, didn't it? They were playing off the beach at one point. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no experience in playing the three, but from looking at the layout of the courses and how the players performed as well, I think Kingsbarns looked more the challenge as well. Yeah. Like that little par 3, we got the trees on one side and the ocean on the other. It's pretty cool. So yeah.
2004.
Retief Goosen.
Yeah. 10 years ago?
20 years ago, mate.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's the year we left school.
Wow. We're getting on a bit.
Yeah.
This is the time to start a YouTube channel. Should have done this 20 years ago.
Just realised life just passed us by.
Wow. Devastated. I'm getting off. See you later. Did you watch any golf this weekend?
You're going to Heartbreak Hotel,
lad? So yeah, we were hoping to actually get out and play this week, but you know, the weather's just been a nightmare, hasn't it?
Yeah, atrocious.
But wise men say, such as Rick Shiels, only fools rush in when there's snow. So don't expect any golf from us this week because the weather's a nightmare.
But soon, there's another Elvis pun there. Don't.
We were hoping to play last week, but we didn't. So if you want to watch me play in the garden, you can, but it'd be pretty pointless. Go to the range, I suppose. You'd like to see that? Let us know.
Yeah, I think it probably is going to be range. Maybe get a range session in this week. We're off to Centre Parks next week, aren't we?
We are
going to be filming from the woods.
Yeah, that'd be good, though.
Yeah, we'll have to do a mini golf major.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we want to see Centre Parks mini golf.
Yes. You'll see how bad at putting we actually are.
Yeah.
So did you watch any golf this week?
A bit. It's difficult this weekend because there was no event on GMT time, the European time. The European tour was over in Australia. The other big events obviously in the States, and then the Asian tour as well. So it was nothing for it. It was pretty much live. I watched the first on Friday, the Australian PGA. They teed off at 6 a.m, which suited us. So that was like 6 p.m. our time. I think it might be 7 p.m. But we were able to watch sort of the start of the opening rounds. And then obviously round 2 got
rained off, didn't it?
Rained off.
In Australia.
Way down.
In the
day
ghetto.
2 got rained off. And then day 3, they teed off. I think they teed off a bit later. So
it was only 54 holes in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But who won?
Who won? It was Elvis Smyling.
Probably you've got onto the Elvis pun so far, have you?
Elvis Smyling. Elvis, King Down Under.
Carol Smiley's son. Not really.
Changing rooms. Is that what she did? Yeah.
Yeah, Smiley, Carol Smiley.
Gonna be a bit editing going on here.
At least there's been no bleeps yet.
So Elvis Smyling wins his first DP World Tour event.
He was actually my captain by default at I think it was at the Dunhill, because we were driving up, and I hadn't picked my team, and they do it for you.
Yeah,
and Elvis Smyling was my captain. Who the LZ? Remember that?
No way.
Down in the car, I know.
Well, he didn't win then, but he won this week.
Yeah, but he seems like he's going to be a good player. He's only 22.
Yeah.
Sort of burst on the scene at his home. He's Australian, isn't he?
Yeah.
So let's see how he gets on.
Yeah, he's playing again this week, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not he can deal with the sort of media attention that comes with a win.
And he's going to get the crowds as well. Because when you win, the people want to see him.
Yeah. Australian Open.
But being from over here, we don't know how sort of popular he is. He might already have a bit of popularity over there. He might be an up and comer, won't he? But we will see.
Well, he's that win gets him an exemption for the DP World Tour as well. So he's got his card for next year, or he gets into all the events. Next year, I believe. But so he beat Cam Smith held him off by 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
It was in 2019, Elvis was given a scholarship by Cam Smith.
Was he?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. He was one of 2. Forgive me, I don't know who the other guy was, but yeah.
You're forgiven.
Elvis was. Don't be cruel. So 2019, Elvis gets a scholarship of Cam Smith. So it was a pretty nice sort of storyline and come full circle for Elvis to be the one to hold off Cam to take that title.
But we should never give him a scholarship now, doesn't he?
Yeah, probably. So yeah, that's the DP World Tour. Got David talking early race to Dubai points while we're on the DP World Tour. So fellow Australian David Micheluzzi is the early leader in the race to Dubai. That's because the likes of Elvis and Cam Smith aren't DP World Tour members. So they don't qualify for race to the Dubai points. So David Micheluzzi's got the early lead ahead of Challenge Tour graduate Angel Ayora, who has been in really good form this year on the Challenge Tour, and he's obviously qualified for the European Tour and taking that form through. There's another couple of graduates as well, Nergard Peterson and I'll say John Parry.
John Parry.
All Challenge Tour graduates who have got off to a pretty good start this week in Australia. So it'll be interesting to sort of keep an eye on them this season, see how they continue.
Well,
at the Australian PGA this week, were you aware they had a party hole?
No.
So they've introduced party holes in golf, like
the Live Tour.
So basically, like Live is basically just one big party, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the Australian PGA had a party hole this week.
What do you make of that?
Well, that was going to be my question to you. Like, it's because
I don't like it personally. Well, and I might be coming across like a
fuddy-duddy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want it to go too far. Like, the game's got to be modernised. I get that, and I'm glad that they're relaxing the clothing situation. Like, people are wearing hoodies on the course now, which you would have never seen that 10 years ago. It was full on collared top on it, a pair of smart pants and shoes. Like, even when I started playing probably about 11, if you didn't wear a collared shirt, you'd get marched out the club by the arb fellas, and it was like, So I love that about the game. That's changing, but
that's changing, and it's gathering pace as well, obviously. So it's just going to continue to evolve, and I think that's the way it's going. I think Live have jumped on it at they've seen a gap in the market for an emerging culture of young people who want golf to be entertaining, and that's why YouTube is going the way it's going, because people want to watch golf to be entertained. Like, we've talked there about DP World Tour. It was only reduced to 54 holes and still didn't manage to get it all in. Like, with a family life, when have you got the time to get 72 holes in?
Yeah, no.
You can't watch it all. So while it's long form on YouTube, these 40-minute, hour-long episodes, they're what you've got time for, and the different challenges people doing and different formats people doing, that's making golf entertaining. So the professional game has got to find a way to stay relevant.
That's what they're trying to do. It might work, it might not work, but we'll see.
I mean, that party all there in the Australian one this weekend, from what I saw of it, it gave it atmosphere. When ordinarily it's like quiet on the tee, and then just clap clap clap. it was people celebrating and having a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't agree with is like when you go to the waste management in Phoenix, and there's like people running bunkers and just behave yourselves. Like there's still a game of golf to be played here.
Yeah, but you don't get that on even at the footy. Like you don't go to the match and just run on the pitch unless you've just been promoted to the Premier League. Like, but
yeah, so there's finding a balance to it. I think I'm all for it. I like live. Like I've only started watching it this season because of Anthony Kim. Like obviously when we were growing up, we were like Tiger was our idol, or what he was mine, and then this young lad came on the scene and he had this unbelievable swing and everyone was touting him as the next Tiger Woods. So he created a massive furore around him, and obviously he's had his troubles, which maybe we'll cover at a later date. I don't know, but so he came back onto the professional golf scene this year. And so that's what kind of got me into watching live. I didn't have an opinion on it either way prior to that. I just didn't bother watching it. But once Andy came, I thought, let's see how he gets on. And you can't expect much when you've been out of the game for well over 10 years. But that got me watching live golf. And back to the point about the party halls, like I like the environment. Just seems a relaxed atmosphere. People don't take the piss. Like they're there drinking. There's music playing. It's a relaxed atmosphere. I think they've nailed it. I think it's good.
I just hope it doesn't put too much money in the game. You know, like football. Football in the 90s was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Barclays, like
the Premier League was tackles. The ground was terrible.
Yeah, we had it at its best. I think. Like football in the 80s, what you see and stuff was all just. I mean,
Wimbledon versus
people generation before us would probably might argue they had it best. Yeah. But I think we had the Premier League and the raw sort of.
Yeah, we got prima donnas now because of the money, and I hope golf doesn't go like that. Because when the PIF gets involved, we saw what's his name again?
Al
Ramayan. He was playing with
Jay Monahan,
so that was interesting to watch. We didn't see too much dialogue between them, but there will have been some chat going on there behind the scenes. Like, I just hope it doesn't go like
ones. We're in danger of going down a rabbit hole though of talking about the future of golf, which is probably a podcast in itself, and everyone's probably fed up with talking about it.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like I touched on it last week as well. I think you can't help it when you talk about all the different tours. I think it's just naturally to sort of end up thinking, why can't everyone just sort of unify and
get along,
get a sort of unified tour, or I don't know, get something that works for everyone. But anyway, digressing big time there.
Yeah.
So Andy Kim joined Live Golf this season. He was a wild card. He wasn't a member of a team. So he now faces an uncertain future. So that's why I think he's gone to Doha to basically put himself in the shop window, because teams can pick players up in the close season. So they've got the Doha event coming up. They just had the Hong Kong Open this week, which, as we were saying off camera before, in the past it's attracted quite big names. Rory's won it previously, and he was runner-up back in the day when he was younger as well. Normally attracts quite a big name. It was co-sanctioned as a European tour event prior to COVID. Had a couple of years hiatus and then came back as an Asian tour event. And it's not attracting as big a field now, but Tom Kim went over there this week, PGA Tour. He missed the cut. Justin Rose was there. He finished about tied with 13th or something like that. Just kind of ticked over without doing anything drastic. And Patrick Reed, who shot a 59. Now, it doesn't go down in the official rulebook as a 59 because they were playing preferred lives.
Ah, right, yeah.
But, I mean...
Still a 59.
I could only dream of shooting.
He's quite a good player, Patrick Reed.
I'd take a 69.
I don't know what you're doing tonight.
Oh, funny. But yeah, 59 goes on to win, like fair play. And so he's 59 on the day 3. and then he was about, I think it was 6 under, and he had a few shot lead. He bogeyed like 2 of the last 4 holes, but he had a cushion, so he just did what he needed to do to win. What's your opinion on Patrick Reed, Jerry?
He's a good player, and you know what? He's a major winner, isn't he? So
Masters winner.
Remember me and you watched the Masters at your old house about what? It must have been 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago when he won it. And it's just there's something about him I can't warm to.
Can't warm to him. Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe
no, he rubs a lot of people the wrong way, doesn't he? When I hear him speak, though, I don't particularly dislike him.
No.
I think he says the right things. I think he comes across okay. It's just he's had that sort of Ryder Cup thing with Rory, didn't he? But they were bounced off each other. I thought that was all in good humour.
It is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. If you're watching Patrick and you want to come on the pod to put it right, feel free. Get in touch.
Anyone and everyone's more than welcome to come on our pod.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'd love guests who know anything or everything about golf.
So who do you tend to watch yourself? YouTube, TikTok?
Generally the big accounts. Like Rick's the OG, isn't he? He got YouTube Golf going. And I watched. I probably spent the last 12 months, not last 12 months, but last year I watched a lot of good, and not so much in recent months. They changed the lineup massively. Like, there's a lot of different personnel in there, and some I just can't sort of. So they don't have quite the same impact. So I've started watching Grant, who was originally in good. Grant Horvat has broke away. He's
good player, Grant, isn't he?
Bringing out some good content. Which is it's enjoyable to watch. So the good, they kind of just regurgitating the same old thing. I mean, absolutely
keep relevant, though, isn't it?
Fair play to them. They've gone absolutely massive. They had a live event which was covered by it was the Golf Channel. But they had a live event with all the content creators.
Oh yeah.
This year, I think Peter Finch went there. There was loads of them. Rick didn't go.
I know he wasn't invited, was he?
No.
I thought that was a bit odd because he is the guy, isn't he?
I think he started it all. Yeah.
He did, yeah.
I mean, without doing any research, I don't know whether what came first, good or Rick, or
what came first, the chicken or the egg.
They're both pretty big, and I mean the collaborations. That
what else? Tubes and Bullard.
Yeah.
Are getting some unbelievable guests on. Did you see Minwoo Lee?
The speed challenge? Yeah, with Hidalgo.
Yeah, unbelievable. We saw Hidalgo, didn't we, at the Dunhill?
Yeah.
He's playing with Freakin', wasn't he?
He was playing with Dan Freakin'. Dan, appreciate your photo. Thanks for coming in and saving our club.
That was quality, that.
Yeah, Dan Freakin' knew.
They're doing well.
New Everton owner.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the coming weeks it'll be announced. Still dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Yeah.
But yeah, bumped into him at the Alfred Dunhill as well, which was a nice little moment for myself, being an Everton fan.
Yeah. Class. Well,
not an Everton fan yourself, are you?
No, Liverpool, but we'll move past that.
Yeah. We've got the Merseyside derby in the coming weeks, and weather permitting, we're hoping to put some golf content out before then. And one of which will be it's going to be a Merseyside themed derby there. So derby golf special.
Have you watched any of Georgia Ball? She put some good tips out there actually. She's the one that she was on the driving range.
Local.
Yeah. She was on the range, and some fella started telling her what to do.
Yeah,
it was brilliant for her channel because obviously I think she got a load of traction from it.
Yeah,
but she's good. And
so
Michael
Farrier saying
Twist.
It was a boyfriend or a partner or something as well, though.
You never know. I mean, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
By
deception.
Yeah. Michael Farrier Twist as well. He is on TikTok. He just answers so many questions about the tour, about sponsorship, about that. So I recommend going to watch a bit of Michael Farrier Twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
player. A bit of
as well.
coffee there, please, mate.
Yeah.
Chill on it.
Didn't want to spill it.
Or myself.
Yeah, I didn't want to spill it again.
Oh, finished it.
No, I'm alright, mate.
with the Asian Tour,
Mm.
the Asian International Series, it qualifies for Live next year. So the rank, whoever's got the most points, the leader of the Order of Merit there for the Asian International Series gets on Live next season.
Mm.
And it's John Catlin at the minute who's leading the way. Australian Ben Campbell has just put himself in the mix with a good result this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like it's going to be Catlin who's going to get himself a nice little payday and onto the Live Tour next season.
It's the dream, innit?
Mm.
I mean, that's where you can see a little bit of crossover, though, can't you? So tournaments like this are now you're getting into Live.
Yeah, it's a feeder tour, the International Series, to get into Live. So it's that's why you're seeing the likes of
better names,
bigger names going into the Asian Tour.
Mm.
Right, the PGA Tour this week. Seen any of that?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't tend to watch the PGA Tour as much as I used to when the big names were on. When the likes of Tiger, Mickelson, even like Fred Couples, it was a class. But I just think the DP World Tour was just overtaking the PGA Tour for me. I don't know what I have to play.
I was thinking that the other day. I don't know if it's like this side of the pond kind of perspective, but like you say, I used to watch the PGA Tour. I used
all
to
the
love
time.
it.
Yeah.
And now I recognise hardly anyone. And I might get criticised by people who are avid golf fans and avid fans of the PGA Tour here, but like a lot of them are barely recognisable, and certainly not the fields apart from like the elevated events.
The top 10
names:
Maverick McNeely, Luke Clanton, Daniel Berger. He plays sometimes on the European Tour. The Postman. We know the Postman, don't we?
Yeah. Sent him a letter once.
Always delivers.
Brought it right back.
Put it in his sack. So yeah, Aberg actually played.
Well, he won it last year, but that's when he was sort of breaking through. So you feel like he probably feels like he's got a sense of owing them the opportunity to have want to try and defend the title. Is what I'm trying to say. So that's probably why he's gone back there to the RSM. Can't imagine him be playing that next year.
No.
I mean, but yeah, it's when you scroll down that leaderboard from it. Like I say, I don't want to alienate ourselves from America at all.
Not at all.
As I say, these people probably look at us loving the DP World Tour and think the same.
Yeah,
they probably wouldn't know who John Parry is.
Yeah,
and why would they know who John Parry is? But yeah, but from our perspective, it just felt like when we. And it's not so many years ago either, because you had likes of Rory and all the big names at the top of the leaderboard, and it feels like other than these elevated events now, it feels like so many events where there's so many unknown names.
But I think that's
unknown to us. Maverick McNeely with that win's just gone to rank 31 in the world rankings, so he's not that unknown. Probably shows a bit of our ignorance.
It shows though, I think it's a common theme throughout all sports. You see boxing's now, the headline's not in Vegas anymore. They're all in Riyadh, aren't they? So I think the big shift, money talks, doesn't it? I think the big shift with the PIF coming in with Live Golf has brought everything sort of in a neutral area, and the DP World Tour's just sort of benefited from it, I think.
Yeah. Premier League as well. I wonder whether they can fight off that, because obviously they've tried to do that with football as well, haven't they?
Well, yeah, but the
as it stands, the Premier League standing firm, but it'd be interesting to see over the coming years whether it goes that way as well. But no, you're right. Formula One's got a lot of Middle Eastern events and Saudi and
boxing,
funded by the.
But the courses in America though, stunning. Like, I don't know whether you've seen any of the Sea Island Seaside course where they played the RSM.
No.
Unbelievable. They're so manicured, the fairways are perfect. As opposed to like, quite rugged, aren't they? And especially the Carnoustie. It's difficult, it's linksy.
They don't have too many sort of links style courses over there, do they?
But the scoring, you can see by the scoring. Like, sometimes you're seeing 30 under par and you're like...
Yeah, they take... The wide fairways, aren't they? They take, and I remember a couple of years ago the Ryder Cup in France, and the Americans were hot favourites going in, but they they got absolutely crushed because they couldn't hit a fairway.
And it just shows
It
you
was tight with a little long rough. If you missed the fairway, they were punished.
you're struggling unless you're Tiger Woods.
So yeah, and that is something that leans me towards the DP World Tour as well, because these players playing. And listen, if I went over there and played the Seaside Resort, I'd probably shoot 100. But it feels like it's more of a challenge. They're playing different tests, different types of courses over on the DP World Tour, and so you're getting different players with different sort of different advantages and strengths coming through.
Did you see Snappy Gilmore the other day?
Snappy Gilmore,
yeah.
Who's that?
They had to call off an event in Florida, I think. This crocodile decided to come on the in the bunker.
Oh yeah,
there's just wildlife everywhere in some places in Florida.
Snappy Gilmore.
That's what they called it, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations, Maverick. Anyway,
yeah.
Top Gun in America.
Yeah, good win. Still winning a decent amount of money as well, to be fair.
Hefty amount of money, like, yeah.
1.3 million.
Not sniffing at that at all. Not at all. Tell you who's one to keep an eye on. So that Luke Clanton, who came second in amateur. So I did catch the back end of this on Sunday. So Nico, with about 6 or 7 holes left, there was like 10 players within 2 shots of the lead, which, as I say, we probably feel like it wasn't exciting. For those who know these guys, I mean, that's they could win. Anyone can win. It's a good sort of end to a tournament, isn't it? Nico Echevarria from Colombia, who has had a really good couple of months, has he's gone about 7 under through 15 or whatever it was, something like that, and he puts himself in position and then takes the lead. Luke Clanton joins him, so they're 16 under going down the last, and they both hit perfect drives. Both of them get dead aggressive with the second shot, pull it left. Clanton puts it in the bunker, short sides himself, and Echevarria goes long and left. He duffs his chip, and neither of them get up and down for par. So they come back to 15 under, tied with Maverick, and then Maverick plays the final hole perfectly. It's a great drive and puts there's a pro shot from like 200 yards to like 3.5, 4 feet, and rolls it in. So absolutely fair play to him. Like, if you saw Scotty or Tiger hit that shot that he hit into 18 under that pressure, so it was his first win as well. He's got to be feeling it a bit.
Oh yeah, like, of course.
Absolute fair play to him. That it was quality. There's no event next week for the PGA Tour. They're having a week off ahead of the Hero next week. Yeah, where we heard last night that Tiger Woods has announced that he won't be playing. Yeah, which is it's kind of expected, but it's always a shame, isn't it?
Have you seen, just on that point, Maverick McNeely's 11 iron?
11 iron?
Yeah,
never heard of it.
Crazy. It's like it's got to
be like a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like something. It's got a weight in the back. Have a look at it. It's. I don't even know whether doesn't even look legal.
It's got to be a tour approved though, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see he's had some kind of weight on the back of it, but it's a crazy club. It looks like something from the 1940s, like a hickory club. But obviously he's doing something with Callaway, isn't he? So Maverick McNeely. So he might be a little bit of a trendsetter, like Bryson. Bryson wasn't he? He sort of came on the scene, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Fair play. Good luck to him. Prototype. That does look weird. That does look
weird, isn't it?
I think they made that a while ago.
You found it in his garage.
It does look like my father-in-law's tried to put on eBay about 5 times and no one did.
List a club for like 300 quid and it's a driver from like an old like bubble burner.
Yeah, so Maverick, come in. So from talking about winners on the PGA Tour, we're now talking about people who are fighting on the breadline, trying to make sure that they've got a job next year. So as well as McNeely winning, there was quite a lot of focus this week on the bubble, as they unofficially call it nowadays, the PGA Tour cut line, where currently the top 125 players retain the full PGA Tour status for next year.
Yeah.
There's a few players in and around that line this week. You had notably, so Wes Bryan, we touched on the Bryan brothers before. Wes was just inside the cut line for keeping his card. Fortunately, shot one over the 2 days, missed the cut, and has dropped outside, which was disappointing for the YouTube community because you're watching him on a regular basis, and you kind of, like we've seen with Bryson, you get to know them more because they're talking to the cameras, and you kind of you start supporting them because you get in their corner because you know what they're like, and he seems like a good guy. So yeah, you're kind of rooting for Wesley there on Friday night, and he didn't manage to get over the line. He's missed the cut. Joel Damon though, Joel Damon, he's kind of got fame through Full Swing from Netflix in the last couple of years, and Netflix paints him as this really nice fella, but he just can't. He doesn't seem like he puts it in. Like he seems to have all the talent in the world and is kind of coasting through his career.
But I mean, that's fair enough if you want it, if that's what you want it to be. It's individual specific, isn't it? But it'd be nice to just see someone put in the time and effort.
Yeah. Well, he's shown this week that when it matters, he's got it in his locker. He holds a 6-footer to make the cut on Friday night. He has to make the birdie, makes it, and then he goes and shoots. I think it was 6 under on Sunday with a hole out eagle. I mean, there's a bit of luck involved there.
Yeah.
But he's gone low on Sunday and he's got it done.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see him. Hopefully, like a lot of people are made up of he's won because they know he's a character, and then again, like I was talking about, when you get to know someone and you see the other side of their life, you kind of start rooting for them. And I think that's what's happened with Joel, and a lot of people are rooting for him and Wes this week. But I'd like to see Joel like start kicking on a bit and actually making the most of his talent, because he's got it in his locker. He's proved that this week. So he's so he got it done, and he's on the PGA Tour full status next season.
Good lad. I think it's hard though. If you don't make it to that level, it's a tough living golf to make.
Yeah,
the money's not there if you're missing cuts every week. We followed Hao Tong Lee, didn't we? Bit last season. He missed so many cuts, and we were thinking, but he kicked on a bit towards the end of the season.
Yeah, he has found a bit of form this year, but certainly 12 months ago he wasn't in a great place at all. I mean, not make it. I think you obviously the cost of traveling around the world, the cost of the caddies there as well. They're relying on making a cut.
You pay your own travel, you pay your own hotels. They're not cheap. Some don't have sponsorships with equipment suppliers, so your maintenance on all that. It's not a cheap game. Yeah, so I mean that's why the likes of Joel needs to get his head screwed on and focus, because it doesn't guarantee that he's going to make a load of money. No. He'd probably make enough to make a handsome living, but there's going to be a lot of tough weeks where he's missing cuts and stuff. So definitely,
get your head on your game, Joel. Come on, lad.
But as well, you look at like someone from Colombia making, like you were saying before, what's his name now?
Nico Echevarria.
Unbelievable to come from such like Colombia and make it onto one of the best. So he's clearly got talent, that lad.
Yeah. There's not many Latin Americans around. There was Johnny Vegas, Camilo Villegas. Can't think of many others really. So yeah, they're not the part of the world you associate with golf. So that's going to be massive for him. But he's up to something like 70 there in the world rankings now, I think. And he has found form this season. I thought he was going to do it once he hit the front. He just got too aggressive on that final approach shot. But he certainly wants to keep an eye, and I think he's got a good future ahead of him. Yeah, Nico Echevarria. Did you watch any of the women's LPGA event this week?
I didn't.
So that rounded off the LPGA season as well. Everyone's been talking about Nelly all season, Nelly Corda. She's won 7 events. She has not won the money list. From Thailand, Gino or Ataya Titiku, if I've got that pronounced correctly. She has won $4 million this week, in the season ending event. You don't particularly associate the women's game with that sort of money, do
I
you?
know it's clearly doing well, isn't it?
But that's, and it's just not just a one-off. She's had quite a few decent results and a couple of wins this season. But Gino has taken home a massive payday and has got herself a moneyless win, and
unbelievable, that $4 million. But I suppose it was the closing.
Well, McNeely, what did he get? $1.3 million this season, this week. So that's massive. It's good to see the women's game have that sort of money, because
the level's good. They're really good players, so
they are quality. I like watching the women's tour, like, because the swing's so easy. They make it look so simple, whereas the men are all about power and just booming it.
It's an ego thing for men, though.
The women have like craft, and I like the Solheim Cup as well. I love watching that. Speaking of which, Lexi Thompson, who has been around since she was 12 years old, qualified for the US Open when she was 12, that's 17 years ago, has now announced that she's not playing regularly on the LPGA Tour anymore, which was an emotional weekend for her. And she was a bit frustrated as well, because whilst her having a bit of quite a legacy in sort of getting women's golf to where it has reached at this moment in time, she was her nose was a bit put out of joint when it was a 2T start and they put her on the 10th. So finishing whole of a sort of full-time career, if you like.
It's not good.
She's finishing on the 9th, so she's a bit disappointed about that, and
I
kind of agree. Like, I mean, it's largely where you are on the leaderboard, isn't it, as to where your tee time is. But I think there's probably situations where a bit of common sense and exceptions can be made there.
We saw it at the Dunhill, didn't we? It was a 2T start at the end. Because of the lights were coming, the nights were coming in and stuff like that. So I get why they did it, but it makes the day so much shorter when you go and watch an event like that. When you go the Open, the crowds are mad, aren't they? Yeah. And it's full 18, like, from the start. But 2T starts make your day shorter. But I don't mind that, because as you've seen with cricket, when you make a smaller format like the 100, it's more accessible to people, and that might be why golf's getting a bigger sort of following at the moment. You never know.
Lives over 54 holes now, and the rounds last 4.5 hours, but then that's a day done because they're all playing at the same time. Shotgun start.
Yeah.
On this week in golf.
Yeah.
This is a segment we're going to try and see if it's any good, but we thought we'd just roll back the years, talk about a little bit of golf history, see if we can find any interesting stories for on this week. I thought we try on this day. I think it just narrowing it down, so I thought widen it to on this week, and let's see what happens. Might get to next week and like nothing notable happened on that week in golf history ever, but I'd like to think there was probably something that Arnold Palmer or Jack Nicklaus did as well. So yeah, on this week in golf history, we're going back to 2008. It doesn't sound that long ago, but it's 16 years ago, and it's 16 years since 19-year-old Rory McIlroy finished second, losing a playoff in the Hong Kong Open to Chinese Taipei Lin Wentang. Rory went on to make his US Masters debut next April, keeping his place inside the world's top 50, where he finished tied for 20. Lin Wentang, as a result of that win, earned a European Tour card, but failed to kick on really, and has made no sort of. He's won a few times on the Asian Tour, but not been able to make a stamp on the European Tour, and makes the occasional appearance at a co-sanctioned event. But other than that, so that's in this week in 2008.
Moving to 2014, Brooks Koepka won his first European Tour event.
Nice. Where was that?
That was in the Turkish Airlines Open. So that's since his winning, he's had a decent career in the past 10 years, hasn't he?
It's been alright. And a few bob. Won a few majors. Travelled the world.
That's it.
Yeah. He's a big hunk of love, anyway.
Burning love.
Do you reckon these puns are too much?
No, they're funny. Should we move on to fantasy?
Let's do fantasy DP World Tour then.
Yeah.
Go.
So, shout out to the current leader of the Here We Golf pod is Mr. Penn, Darren Sharp, on 903 points. That's a decent score after the first.
Who else have we got? Who makes out the top 3?
Daniel Price.
Dano, that's not me.
It's not you.
No,
Definitely not you.
I'm way down.
Like Everton. And then west of the woods, Matt, you. Doing well, guys. Well done.
Well done to Darren, Dan, and Matt. So yeah, you can see there, as was promised in the first episode, winner of the opening swing is going to get a box of Pro V1s. So at the moment, Darren is in pole position for that. Long way to go though, over the next 4 events. And yeah, it's pretty tight. I think it was swung by Cam Smith. I've not looked at all those teams, but Cam Smith captain has seemed to have the better week.
Yep.
Whereas my captain was stuck on Woo.
Stuck on Woo, yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Good player, Min Woo Lee, though. So
he is. He's had a good year, hasn't he? But I think I read something the other day that in round 2, it confused me because Saturday was round 2, wasn't it? Because he had a good first round and then struggled on the second round, and apparently he had like a little injury to his leg or his knee or something. But then he managed to shoot 5 under on Sunday, so I don't know.
Yeah, he had a knee injury, and that's the reason why he struggled a bit. But I think he would have gone low. I don't know how he's patched himself up this week because he's playing with his injury might be better, but
might have just been a bit of a knock and a bit of swelling or something that was giving him a bit of jip on Saturday night.
That's it.
Sunday morning in Oz, or whatever day it was. I haven't got a clue. No idea. Who else performed well this week? So yeah, Cam Smith owners. Let me just pull my team up there for this week. Laggy laptop. So yeah, my tournament rank at the minute is 9,097, 812 points. Way down. Not good. That's because I captained Min versus those, I guess, who captained Cam Smith. Yeah. There's not a lot of points in it. So I mean, there's still plenty to play for. Who else did you have on your team?
Last week I had Captain Min Woo Lee, like you. Jason Day. Woo! Cam Davis. Marco Penge.
Nearly got it all in one on the party hall.
He did.
See?
He did.
Yeah.
But he's a Mizuno player. But he's a really long hitter of the ball, so I thought he might do well there, but he just fell short and missed the cut. Cam Smith didn't captain him. And Daniel Hillier. I went for quite a Australian contingent there with the exception of Marco Penge.
I think you got it on you. Most people did.
And to be honest, when these players don't play that often on tour, do they? So yeah, well, when you can get them in, you can save some players that for future tournaments, I suppose. Yeah,
well, like Jason Day and Cam Smith, they're not DP World Tour members, so you only get to pick them 3 times a year. Yeah. But when are we likely, other than the majors, can't see Jason Day in particular showing his face much on any sort of DP World Tour events. No. Cam Smith certainly not. So you're gonna be looking at, if you want to hold them back, you're looking at the Masters, US Open, PGA.
Jason Day's not the player he was, is he?
He's not, but he played well. Finished 8th there this week, and I mean, in this sort of field, it's not the strongest field in the world. No. It's the one where you'd expect him to probably get another top 10 at least. I think I've got him in my team for this couple of weeks, but I don't think I'll be captaining him. No. Just kind of expect him as a player to pick. I haven't got him in my team as it stands, actually. My current bus team is I've got a captaincy on Joaquin Niemann. And if you look at, I was looking at the odds as well, because the bookies generally have a fair idea as well. Yeah. Joaquin Niemann's actually quite a short favourite, which I only found out after I captained them. But he's won this event before, and he's a top player. Like he's quality. Yeah. He goes under the radar a bit. He's obviously gone over to live. But I love watching Joaquin Neiman play. I have picked Cam Smith, like, because as we've just discussed, when are we going to see him again? He's only going to appear in strong fields where there's going to be other top players you can pick.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to get a second red dot against Cam Smith. Same with Cam Davis, not a DP World Tour member. He's down in Australia. He's in a home environment. May as well use that. Mimuli I picked again, but I'm not captaining him just because there's the concern with that niggle, that knee injury, and David Micheluzzi, who is currently leading the race to Dubai. Just kind of thought I'd ride that wave, see if he can carry the form into this week as well. I've picked a bit of a wild card for my sixth player. Is Carl Phillips. Carl he's Australian. He's not a DP World Tour member.
Yeah.
But we mentioned a few players earlier on in the pod about coming from the Challenge Tour.
Yeah.
This guy's recently won on the Corn Ferry Tour, which is like the PGA Tour equivalent, and is in good form. So my theory was he's Australian as well, so he's back home. So with the likes of John Parry and Nigel Peterson playing well, with this guy being Australian and also carrying that same sort of form and stuff, I thought I'll throw him in there and see if he can do well. So that's my team. Might change it, get nearer the time. We've got a day, as we're talking, we've got a day left till deadline. So I might change it, but that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I've gone Cam Davis, captain. I've gone Cam Smith again. I don't think I can leave him out this week.
Yeah.
I've gone with the dude, Colsaert. Played well at the when we watched him.
Came second in the
really nice swing, really good tempo, has a good head on him. Seems to have a laugh with his caddy on the way round. He's not too serious.
Dead chilled, isn't he?
Yeah. I've gone Elvis Smyling. One for the money, one for the show. I've gone Sebastian Garcia because...
Tell me about that one.
My thinking was that he is... One second, bear with me a second. His approach play is really good in the stats. So I thought, he might, if his whole games come together, he might play well this week. And Freddie Shot. Who, if you look at his putting stats, is head and shoulders above everybody after the first three rounds putting.
Strokes gained?
Strokes gained on putting, yeah.
Okay.
Plus 3.19 as opposed to Matthew Southgate plus 1.73. So if his game comes together, he might be one there.
He was rolling the rock well.
He was.
Fair play.
In the ghetto.
Who was your captain? Cam Davis?
Cam Davis this week, yeah.
I think that's a solid enough pick, isn't it?
I need to gain some points back because I didn't have a good week last week.
Where are you? Way down.
We're 12,000th.
Way down where the music plays.
And in our league, I am 12th.
12th?
Out of 17. So, in the relegation fodder.
Relegation fodder. Now you know what it feels like to us Everton fans battle every week just to try and...
Well, I suppose
something.
When you look at it, though, points to be gained, not that far off because it's only relatively early in the season, isn't it? So
yeah, that's what I mean. The only difference is the captain swing, and it's not huge at the minute. It stretches out over the season in this game, doesn't it?
But it's hard because tied for 8th, tied for 15th, tied for 6th, tied for 2nd. We're all in my picks, and I'm still way down there. So it's tough.
Yeah,
you've got to be on it every week.
Yeah, fair play. So yeah. Darren, Dan and Matt, top 3 at the minute. Fair play to you. Keep it going. And I think, unless you've got anything else that you want to add about the game of golf this week, I think we're done.
Yeah, I think a little less conversation, a little more action.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's get out on the golf course as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, weather, don't be cruel. Let us out there. Happy with that?
Yeah. It's good done, isn't it?
Right, let's just like see you next time kind of thing. Then
Yeah.
and then I think we're done. So that's a roundup of the Fantasy DP World Tour game for this coming week at the Handa Australian Open. Thanks for joining us. If you've stayed with us this long, I massively appreciate it. If you can do us the honour of liking the video, subscribing to the channel, there's a notification bell there. If you want to hit that, you'll get a little notification when we put our videos out. And that's all from me. Take it easy.
See you later. See you next time.
See you next time on Here We Golf.